Come in.
Hello, darling.
Annabelle, my darling Annabelle. How are you?
You know me, sweetie. I'm very well, except for this cold weather, which is making me a little frisky.
Now, I called you in here to discuss the show for tonight.
That reminds me. When are you going to get rid of that mediocre spotlight operator? You know, the one in charge of the lights? Last time, he didn't have the lights at center stage on me. My performance was almost ruined.
Good idea. That performance was lacking something last time. Good eye, Annabelle. I'll remember to change that.
I'm glad you think so, because I have some brilliant ideas that would put our show on the map. Now, how about we change the posters? All the other girls in the picture are fine, but what if we center the posters so that I would be in the middle and all the other girls around me? People would know right from the start who the lead is.
As much of a good idea as that sounds, I think everyone already knows you're the lead when you're the only one dancing in front and pushing others out of your way. Either that or you're just crazy.
I don't push people out of the way. It's not my fault. They don't follow their positions and get into my way. The audience wants what the audience wants. And the audience definitely does not want amateurs to ruin the professional's performance.
How can I disagree with the professional? You are indeed one in a million.
I love how we can connect and understand each other on such a personal level. This is why we have good things going for us.
Annabelle, I have a very important matter to discuss with you. Now I need you to stay quiet so I can finish telling you without any interruptions.
Oh, I knew it. You've come to your senses and want to be with me again. Oh, Michael, I knew we were meant to be together.
No, Annabelle. I think you misunderstood. What we had was in the past, and I've moved on. I suggest you do the same. Now, lately I've had a few concerns, and I think it'd be best if I let you go.
Michael, if this is about my outburst earlier, I do apologize, but you can't fire me. I'm the star. Why do you think all the critics are raving about the show? It's not because of the choreography. It's because of me.
You're a good kid. I'll give you that. But there are plenty of other girls that would kill to have the role you have and give these critics a run for their money. Sadly, that just isn't you. You had a good run, but honey, you're getting too faded. I'm sorry, but you are fired.
You stupid old fool. After everything we've been through, I brought this show from the bottom up, not you. I called in all the crew members, I was there for every rehearsal, and I had to hear your stupid rambling on and on about how you weren't going to get anywhere in life. Why do you think you're here now? It's not because of your good looks, I can tell you that.
I like you, Annabelle. You're a good kid. But if you so much as get in my face one more time, I will have security escort you outside. Understood?
Crystal clear, sweetie. Oh, and by the way, I bought that outfit we discussed getting for me. You know, the one that cost several thousand. I'll bill you for that later.
I'm so proud of you, baby. It's the right thing to do. It had to happen sooner or later. Good thing you got it out of the way.
That was one of the most talented dancers I've ever had in my show.
You don't need it, babe. I'm gonna be the best thing that ever happened to the show. And you.
You know, what you did was really diabolical.
You know I didn't mean it. I just wanted what's best for Annie. Sometimes people can't have their way. It's time for her to realize she can't stay in this fantasy of having her dream job forever.
You disgust me with this whole scheme. And for that, you are the most amazing woman I've ever met.
I'd say I love you, but as we both know, you have no finesse when it comes to expressing how you feel towards the female population.
You know I'm allergic to love because that leads straight into commitment. And who wants that? This relationship feels more relaxed. There's less pressure on me to look my best.
This relationship was any more relaxed, then we'd be just friends.
You know I can't look any better than I am now. That would take effort from me. And I have to keep all my energy to make sure these shows are in tip-top condition for the critics and fans. Money doesn't just grow on trees, you know. Especially when your girlfriend's more expensive than your silverware.
Can't help it. Looks this good cost a fortune. And it doesn't come from sitting in my chair all day reading through fan letters.
You think my job is easy? Reading through hundreds of fan letters every day, managing the workers, signing their paychecks, including yours.
I wasn't saying your job was easy. I was simply pointing out that if we had to switch jobs, you couldn't handle the pressures of being a dancer. Having to be so skinny you could basically hula hoop using a Cheerio. Having to practice almost 20 hours a day to try to be the best you can be.
Renee, where is this coming from? You're perfect just the way you are.
You choose to wrap girls around your chubby little fingers, and when the idea of commitment comes up, snap. Just as fast as the relationship started, it ended.
Renee, get a hold of yourself. I love you. You're one hell of a woman. Maybe one day, if you're lucky, I'll make you my wife.
Sweetie, maybe one day, if you're lucky, I'll say yes.
Ugh, Renee, where have you been? This day has been absolutely horrible.
Oh, do tell. I want to hear all about it.
Did you hear the news? The nerve of that director for replacing me, the lead. I am the star of the show, and he has the nerve to replace me with some untalented amateur, I'm sure.
But you basically set up this entire company.
Ugh, all the hard work I put into this show. Finding the crew, getting sponsors, recruiting dancers. I was their last chance to make this production a success.
You know, Annabelle, there are plenty of other dancers that can keep the show going.
Oh, please. These girls don't even know the difference between a plie and a frappe. I'm the one who keeps the show going. These girls are just the appetizers that prepare the audience for the main course.
You know, Annabelle, there are plenty of other dancers that are just as talented and maybe even better. What about me?
Renee, I had no idea. Sweetie, I know it's hard to compete with someone who's always placed at a higher spot than you, but you have to understand it's hard for me too. The pressure of always having to be my best, leaving you behind so that I can impress everyone. It hurts me to see you as second, but some of us just can't stop the show.
You think I'm second best? I'll have you know I'm the one who first started taking ballet lessons when we were younger. You. Not me, but you were the one who started copying me. When I had to take a year off because of my broken leg, you were the one who decided to continue for the both of us.
Renee, watch your mouth. I can't even recognize you at the moment. Why do you think I continued? To make us both proud. I worked at least 70 hours a week in the gym just to prove to the world that we are the best.
There you go again. See, Annabelle, it's all for you. The only reason you were doing this was because of me. And when I asked you to come with me and sit with me in the hospital with my broken leg, I asked for my best friend to come visit me and come play dolls with me, but that best friend never showed up.
What was I supposed to do? I had to keep practicing to be my best. It's always been a lifelong dream of mine.
No, Annabelle, that's always been my dream.
What do you mean it was always your dream?
Remember the day I broke my leg?
Yes, of course. We were at practice when you were asked to do a plie and you ended up falling and landed on your hip.
Which dislocated my hip. Exactly right.
I don't see what this has to do with anything.
Well, that evening when you came with me to the hospital, do you remember what I told you? I told you to keep going for the both of us. I told you that I couldn't go on with one broken wing, and you had to soar and continue to be the best that we could be one day.
What are you trying to say? That all this time I've been living a lie?
Do you not understand? You never wanted to be a ballerina. The only reason you were doing this was because of me. I asked you to do it as a favor for me, but it's always just a hobby for you. Don't you remember? You wanted to be a veterinarian.
Just like my mom.
Yes, exactly. Just like your mom. Remember all the times we'd go to the animal hospital your mom worked at, and you would help her deliver the kittens and feed the animals?
Ugh, I hate animals. They're absolutely disgusting, and they're such a hassle to take care of. I'm positive that that didn't happen. And let's just say it did. Why wouldn't I remember any of this?
Do you remember when you were bullied in junior high school? Those mean girls always made fun of your hair, your clothes, the way you walked.
I was never bullied. I got along with everyone, and I had tons of friends growing up.
How do you not remember Alexa, Stacy, or Brianna?
Are you insane? Those are some of my best friends in junior high. We always did everything together.
Hannibal.
This all makes sense now. I realize, Renee, I always made you feel left out with how popular I was.
Annabelle, you're completely delusional right now. They were never really your friends, Annabelle. They always took advantage of you by having you buy them things and wasted your time by having you do their homework. Remember all the times you'd go over their houses after school for birthday parties or to play hopscotch? That was all fake. The only reason they were doing that was because they just wanted to pretend to be your friends. They thought you were a complete tomboy and always made fun of you and talked trash about you.
That's what friends do, Renee. They joke around with each other and at the end of the day laugh it off.
Remember when we went to the mall with them in 7th grade? Alexa, Stacy, Brianna, and I were eating pizza with you, and all of a sudden, they had to go find their other friends, and they took me with them. We left you sitting at that table alone for hours, just waiting.
Friends joke around.
Well, you don't know the whole truth. They kept asking me why I was friends with such an ugly and untalented loser like you. I finally walked away and came back to the pizzeria to see if you were still there. To my surprise, you were. All I remember that day is someone really close to me, crying and sitting alone. I paid for the pizza while you cried on my shoulder, and I took you home. And I told you that mean girls never finish first.
I remember that now. It's all true then. I wasn't popular and I was never really the best. I was just blind thinking that anyone could be friends with me.
It's not true, Annabelle. You're just a really sensitive person who likes to please people.
How dare you let those girls treat me like that? What kind of best friend does that?
Excuse me? I tried warning you on several occasions that what those girls were doing was mean. You told me that if I was a real friend, then I should stop making up stories. You never believed me.
Some friend you think you are. Maybe you should have done a better job and we wouldn't be here arguing about how you messed up.
You're absolutely sick, Annabelle. You're in your own little world thinking that whatever you say or do will be bowed down upon and that everyone will follow in your footsteps. I'm glad I got you fired.
What did you say?
I said I got you fired.
How dare you do that to me? You're supposed to be my best friend and stick beside me no matter what.
You don't even know who you are anymore. I don't even recognize you anymore, Annabelle. You need this break to seriously get yourself some help. Because you are completely bonkers.
I'm completely fine. Have fun putting on a show without any ballet shoes.
What? Oh my god, get back here!
Leave me alone.
Stop!
Let go.
Stop it! Back up! Stop!
Let go of my filter.
Oh, Nate, get away from my hair. Get away from my hair.
No.
What? Forget what I said. You aren't bonkers. You're absolutely mental.
You think I'm mental? I'm just trying to prove the show can't go on without me. How will you amateurs be able to dance without any of your precious shoes?
Isn't there some ballet code that says no ballet shoes will be harmed in the performing of the show?
I made that line up. It's not in the contract.
Okay. Look, Annabelle. You need a break. Your life is totally jumbled. You don't know what's real from what's fake. You seriously need to take some time out to, readjust yourself.
I do have one question, though. What did you think getting me fired would do? You know I love this job more than anything.
I just thought you needed a break. And you needed to realize that ballet isn't for you.
You're so wrong. This is my life and this is all I know. How did you even convince Michael to fire me?
Well, the truth is, him and I are sort of dating.
What? How could you do that to me? How did this happen? When did this happen? With my ex, you little slut!
Well,
type, why are you dating him?
Well, the fact of the matter is, him and I have something in common. We both have a deep hatred for a spoiled little brat who tries to make everything about herself.
You want psychotic? Fun. Oh, Renee. What happened to us? We used to be the best of friends. And now what have we become? Enemies? Michelle! You almost scared me, silly. And I put a lot of thought into what you said. I took it all to heart. You've been a very bad girl, Renee. Taking away my job because of jealousy. Put an ugly look on you. It's only fair that in order to fix our friendship, I get back at you. You took away something so important to me. Something I spent my whole life working for, and all for what? Satisfaction of knowing that you're on top for once? It's only fair that in order to get back at you, I take away something you care